In this video taken from inside the Ttps admin building, which was subsequently posted to Facebook this morning, a fire appliance is visible, parked on Sackville Street, and fire officers can be seen outside on the pavement, engaged in conversation with a group of persons. According to the Facebook post, electricity went out at the building, following which the fire alarm sounded twice. However, the author claims that as civilians and staff were attempting to make their way to the muster point, they were all prevented from leaving and were locked inside the building. TV6 News contacted the president of the Fire Service Association, who revealed that it has been close to 2 years that the fire alarm system at the Ttps admin building has been defective.
I think the administration is well aware, and the police administration that is, that the alarm is faulty, and we receive calls on a weekly basis at all hours of the day and the night of a fire at that building. So far, it has proved to be a 100% false to this point. When the officers arrived, they themselves were not prevented from entering the building and carrying out their searches and inspecting the fire alarm control panel. However, what is troubling is that they did receive reports from occupants within the building that during the time when the alarm was being activated, that they were prevented from exiting the building. And as president of the Fire Service Association, I would like to see that if that did indeed occur, that is very troubling to us. And as a practice, we would not want to encourage at all whatsoever.
The FSA president is warning of the risks of assuming that any alarm is not a genuine hazard.
If we continue to allow false alarm after false alarm to go off, it will result in what probably contributed to that instruction today, and that is complacency. Complacency now sets in, and persons tend to treat every activation of the alarm as a false alarm. We would want to again discourage that type of practice and ensure and make a recommendation rather that the administration, the police service administrations, moves to repair that system forthwith. It puts a strain on the fire service and our resources, our limited resources that we have, and it also desensitizes persons that even when a fire actually occurs, they will then be less likely to respond in the manner that they may have been trained to do so.
He's recommending that all institutions equip their staff with fire safety and emergency response training.
So recommendation is to have that alarm replaced immediately, as well as possibly, if indeed an assistant commissioner gave that instruction, that assistant commissioner ought to be exposed to some evacuation procedures training to ensure that such an instruction is never given in the future.
Vanessa Cutting, TV6 News.